So the first thing you have to understand is that in mental health practitioners and anyone who loves brain science and worships the brain is focused on the wrong organ because the brain is a secondary organ, meaning it's like a lot of important stuff happens there. But to understand the answer to my question, you have to understand a little bit of neuroscience, okay? So what we have to understand is there's these two phenomena in the body. One's called affect, and the other's called effect. Okay, so affect is basically data from the body to the brain. So you could call it emotional data. You could call it the neurotransmitters that go from the gut microbiome into the brain. And then effect is data from the brain to the body. Okay, so there's this like communication channel. That channel and communication process happens through a part of the anatomy called the vagus nerve. So the vagus nerve is the highway that connects the body and the mind. It's a very important piece of wiring in the nervous system. And Vegas, not like Las Vegas, because what they say happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. In this case, what happens in Vegas goes everywhere, because this is Vegas, V-A-G-U-S, which is the root word of vagabond, which is kind of goes everywhere. So the vagus nerve connects pretty much all the organs in the nervous system of the body. It has two pieces. One that stops, one doesn't stop. It's one continuous piece, but the above diaphragm part of the vagus nerve is myelinated, and what that means is that it regulates heart rate variability. Right, so you have an Oura ring, HRV. That's regulated by it's regulated by. That was on your other finger too recently. It's regulated by the vagus nerve. Your facial expression, right, signals of safety in your face, regulated by the myelinated part of the vagus nerve. Your vocal tone, all regulated by the myelinated part of the vagus nerve. Below the diaphragm is the non-myelinated part of the vagus nerve, and so what happens is that sort of right here is where that kind of stops at the diaphragm. What happens is that this whole amazing piece of anatomy is connected to your gut microbiome. It's connected to all your organs. It's regulating all these things. And what we have now to know is that all of your body is this like threat detecting machine. Okay, so not just your prefrontal cortex and your hippocampus, okay, and your limbic system and your cerebellum, but all the organs in the body are like aware of your environment, okay? And not just that, the fascia is aware of your environment, okay? So the neck down is your unconscious mind, okay? Your body is your unconscious mind. So there's all these decisions that are being made and being sent up the vagus nerve right into the brainstem and the limbic system before you even have a chance to decide, okay? So because here's the thing, you don't have time in the wild to determine if some shit's a threat or not. You just got to move, right? That's all affect, okay? And there's 10 times more affect than effect, which means there's 10 times more data coming up from the body than down from the brain. So the brain is like a picture of the body health in a lot of ways. And there's a bidirectional communication that happens. And, if your body is dysregulated, your brain's going to be dysregulated.